Greetings, my fellow warriors. Welcome to another episode of the Advanced Calisthenics Training Diaries. As you guys may have seen, I've been working a lot with the rings lately, and today I'm gonna start with some pulling, and the goal is to attack the one-arm pull-up conditioning. So usually I start with some front support hold, and this is what I'm doing right now for a set of 30 seconds at a time, sometimes less. I don't like to strain it too much, so it will depend on how I feel, but I usually aim for a set of 30 seconds, a front hold for warm up, and I think I did 2 sets right there. Sometimes I go for more, but again, I like to go on my rate of perceived exertion that day. The front support exercise is a really good exercise on the ring to do for maximizing your shoulder stability, and especially in my case, as I'm aspiring eventually to get some iron cross, it is imperative to master the front support until it becomes second nature. After the 2 sets of front support, I went for a quick hard set. Hard sets mean a combo of basic calisthenics movement. In this case, is the pull up, muscle up, dips, and then pull up. So I went for a 3-3-3. You may have seen it on my previous videos. Those are endurance workouts where I went for 5-5-5, and you start with the pull up, make it harder for you to muscle up. However, I never attempted on the rings before, so I've been a little conservative right there. Just went for 3 repetitions each, and it was good, challenging enough, but not too draining. And after I was ready enough for some one-arm pull-up negatives, and it was not what I expected. Still under recovered, and it's just something about a negative. You can't really predict how it's gonna go. So when it goes wrong, and you don't have enough strength to hold it, all you can do is to go with a less intense progression. So you regress a little bit, and in this case it's the one arm assist, so you keep it under tension as long as you can, and that's the least I could do. So instead of going for some full negative with that assistant, I had to resort to just the assisted with the finger, and I did 3 sets of each, or 2 sets. I think I did 2 sets because it was gonna be pointless for me to do way too much, given that I'm not recovered enough, and mentally already I was pissed that I didn't have it in me to do the full negative, and that's the story of my life. But all you gotta do is keep consistent and just do the best you can. Make sure you rest enough, and sometimes just have to push through. So after those negatives, the 2 sets of one of each arm, I went for the archer pull-ups, and I think last week I did 12 repetitions, and I was alternating 1-1-1-1 for 2 repetitions on each arm, and I went for 6 sets. In this case, I stuck to each 3 repetitions of each on each side, and given after 3 repetitions, I wanted to be fully operational. I had to take about a minute break, between 30 second and 60-second break in between repetition on each arm. So after I did 3 on one arm, took about 30-second break to a minute, and then went for the second arm. But in the video, I had to cut it, of course. So I will just disclose this so it doesn't look like I did them back to back, because the truth is I didn't have what it takes to do them back to back. But it's fine, it's okay. It's not about the ego, it's just about realizing what your potential is and then provide a good quality work. So that's what I did. I went for as clean as possible, repetition as I could, and as I get tired, especially on the third repetition, you could see my assistant's arm starting to bend a little bit, and all I can do is focus. That's it. So it's kind of the type of exercise that never gets easier, and you just have to bear through with it. So I did 4 sets in this case, of 3 archers on each arm, making it 12 repetition. So I get to be at least consistent with last week when it comes to volume. And after that, that was enough for my one arm pull work. So I decided to play a little bit with the band assisted iron cross, and I went for my thin band because I feel strong enough until a certain degree, so I didn't feel the need to get like a real thick band, and I wanted to see how low and control it could be when I use the band. I just don't like the bands, man. But I have a friend who suggested it to me, and I wanted to give it a try and see. And as you can see, the way your foot is, you see, I'm struggling with the positioning of the foot. It's just too much headache, man. I just don't like it. But it gets the job done, and you get to go low in a less stressful manner, except for the fact that the rings are a little high, and as I jumped into it, the swing back and forth made it hard. So because of that, I lowered them up, so I'm able to just step into them instead of jumping into them, and you can clearly see that it's much more stable because I get rid of the back and forth swing. So it's pretty good, nice. Still just doesn't feel normal, it feels weird, but it kind of gave me the illusion that I can get the iron cross. One day though, getting there. Steady, you already know, consistency. So I only did 3 of those exercises, and I went for some archer dips. And this is the third and last, and this one is much deeper. I was able to fully external rotate my elbow and point them facing the screen, you guys. And after that, I didn't know how much I had for the archer, and I tried to go for 3 repetition, but I didn't like the form at all and the struggle to step out of it. So that was the tester set, and after that I figured I would just go for one good deep one and slow control on each arm, and that will be my working set in the coming set I'm going to show. And then that's the first of them. I went deep enough so I can get up completely, and deep enough so I can get up completely. Quality over quantity, or at least the best we can do and ending it up with a good front support. You can never go wrong with that. To assume full control, and sometimes just make a point that you got it. Deep, very good for the shoulders, and to build the connective tissue like the elbow as well, because I believe I'm limited by how much load my elbow can support. So I'm taking time to build the connective tissue so I don't strain them on the long run. So after the archer dips, I went for some front lever work. So what I started with was some front lever raises, the 180s. So from the dead hang to complete 160, 180. Oh yeah, 160 most likely because it's not completely inverted. So I did those front raises instead of threes and slow control as much as I could. This is my boogie exercise, the front lever, but I will get it sooner than later. It is never getting easier. Maybe I should just cut down my wheels, and yeah, even that won't help because I will still have to have some wheelchair to lift. So you just got to deal with your feet and keep working on them. So I did 3 sets of 3 raises, I believe, and after that I went for some tuck hold. I just went for max hold. I think it came about 10 to 12 seconds each, because I was gonna go for some straddle, but I don't think I had it, so I just went for some tuck hold to get as much quality set as I could, and I end up getting 3 to 4 sets before I went to the weighted pull-up. I've been using weighted pull-up for accessory work, and I go for fairly heavy set and low rep for multiple sets, given that I've been working on those skills, strength skills, and my goal isn't to improve my weighted pull-up. I figured I will use it as an accessory, and it will help me manage my ego lifting as I will be dealing with less weight. So in this case, this week I'm working with 105, 90, 10, actually 100 pounds. So 100 pounds, I was gonna go for 3 sets, 10 set of threes, and as I did one, it was just not looking good, and I stuck to 2, and I plan to come back during the week to handle the workload on a different day. So today I did only 5 sets of 2, which makes it 10 repetition, meaning I'll have to come some other day to do 20 more repetition to complete the whole amount of repetition I want to do for the week. And after those sets, I did some quick drop sets with 70 pounds, and take off the 25 and do another max rep with 45, which as I'm about to do now. I'm going for maximum repetition with 70 pounds, by around 32 kilogram, and I think I was only able to do 5 of them after all, with chin well over the bar. As the form start getting compromised, I had to cut it up, and I don't think it did even compromise. It was just clear that I couldn't go over the bar, so I just stopped it and trying to take off the load and go for another max rep with a 45 pound, which is 20 kilogram. And I think again I failed after 5. What a shame. Nah, no shame, man. Just pooped out, and I wanted to trash those muscle before I go. And I think that was about it. A little retraction, no more. And then I felt like doing some muscle up, so I went straight for maximum muscle up I could do. And I think I just didn't like the form and stopped at 3. And after 3 repetition, just got a slow control eccentric, trying to mimic the reverse of a slow muscle up, which require great amount of strength in your forearm. But speaking of that, it's been drained, so I'm happy to be able to do this after all this work so far. Following those, I attempted some sets of perfect pull-up in 3 sets of 3s to work a little bit of the sturdiness of the scapular retraction, and that was more like some fun work, accessories, see how much I still had in me, and just kept it minimal, 3 sets. See the struggle of stabilization, but they are very good for retraction and depression. You keep yourself in that posture and see how far you can pull yourself up, and it will, the ability to touch the bar will depend on your shoulder mobility as well. So going a little wider on the grip will help you touch the ball a lot more easier. So after those perfect pull-up, I went for some pelican curl to finish up the workout on the upper body, and just did as many pelican as I could without strain. And on this first set, I couldn't go for another one, and because this first set was strenuous, I just went for negatives for the remaining of the pelican pull workout. And I think this is the last one. I did only 3 sets, and on the third set I went for some really slow hold, and I think I reached about 25 seconds, which is pretty good. All kind of gains should be stimulated from that. Oops, I was wrong. This is actually the last exercise I did. So I did some ring flies. I haven't done them in forever, and usually when I try to do them, my shoulders are so whacked up that I don't have the strength to hang in that position and go low. But today it was kind of weird. I was able to do it comfortably, so I did that with the range of motion that I could lower myself to without straining the shoulder, given that I did all this iron cross work and archer dips. And I think on that last set I was able to push it a little bit down, lower than the previous set right here. And yeah, it came with a lot of repetition to ease up into lower and lower range of motions. But again, it's not a big deal, just an accessory work to complement the skill work that I worked on previously. And I did some core work with some dragonfly. Been doing them a lot lately, and I did 3 sets of 5, and after that I did some handstand hold, and I think that was it for the workout that day. Yeah, so 3 sets a dragon flag. Getting more and more comfortable with them. We like to build up to solid sets of 10 repetition, and when I say 10, I mean 10 real clean, because I believe I could push to 10 repetition, but the range of motion will not be consistent because it's still challenging for me at the moment. But I'm pretty satisfied with what I'm doing so far, and in time I'm hoping to grow some wings and become a dragon myself. And I don't even know why did they call it dragonfly. Anyway, who cares, man? So I did some pole dragon flag just for fun. Yeah. And last but not least, I was able to get some handstanding, and like you can see, the line is clean. Well, not perfect, but close enough. And it's due to that consistent work I've been putting on the posture and the scapular elevation. It's starting to pay off. And see that, look at that, man, clean. Yeah, man, gotta keep working on it. So I think that was it for today. I know it's long, but if you were able to stick with me and hear what I had to share, I do appreciate your support, and I'm pretty sure it's going to help you somehow in your workout regimen and give you some idea how to make calls during your program, because it can never be perfect. Sometime due to recovery, you'll have to make some calls to have a still productive routine. So like, comment, and subscribe. Do not forget to click on the notification button for more content like this, and if you have any question, drop them down below and I'll be glad to discuss them. Everything is and will always be small the mechanical way. Salutes. Peace.